Hello, Internet, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your cultured host, Joseph, and joining me this week are two of my dearest friends in all of the great, big, wide world. Zombs.
How's it going?
And Moxie.
Uncultured swine trash! Hooyah!
Okay, we're officially broken now.
Yes,
How is everybody doing this week?
Oh man, I don't have enough coffee in my veins right now. Actually, I didn't have any coffee today, which I'm eyeing Zombs' My Hero mug full of coffee right now, and I'm really wanting that. Would really like to have that. You're gonna give me some, right? Is that Death Wish? Please tell me that's Death Wish.
There's coffee in it.
It's good enough for me.
I don't even wish to know what else is in that mug. But it sounds like, Moxie, you have turned to Zomb's side and become a zombie yourself.
Yeah. Just
A hyperactive one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of coffee, and I took this week of just drinking tea only, and it's been an experience. I do this every once in a while. I cycle off coffee, and I'll do like tea for a week or two. Yep.
It all still has caffeine, so
Yes, but it's the varying levels of caffeine and also antioxidants.
Zombs, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, he's so considerate.
Yes, he is. He's actually trying to be polite.
Oh, I meant you, but okay.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Okay, who would like to start off with what they've been doing over the past week?
How about you, Zombs?
Okay. Well, here's what I did.
He's looking at his
Well,
watch. Should we be worried?
Yes.
Is he timing himself?
no, I received a notification.
Ah, you got one of those fancy smancy phone watches. Got it.
Well, so as you know, Little Nightmares 2 has been
Yes.
released,
Yes. It looks really good.
Did you get it?
and I did not. Instead, I got the first one. And there was a deal for $8, but I ended up paying $4 on the eShop for it.
Oh, that's not
As
bad.
far as other platforms, I did not look to see if there were deals. This particular game I was going to get on my Switch only because I wanted to take it with me, and I
That's fair
played,
enough.
and it was quite thrilling.
Don't just leave us hanging. How thrilling was it?
Oh, it was so thrilling, Brosiv, that I stayed up late playing it, and it kind of got a little creepy.
How far into the game did you get?
Oh, I beat them.
No, wait, you beat the entire game in one night?
No. I
Okay.
started playing this week, and I played a little bit every day, but there's also the mobile version for the Very Little Nightmares, and that's completed. And the original story for Little Nightmares, now I have a side story to complete.
Interesting.
Yes. So upon playing or hearing about Little Nightmares when this first came out back in 2018, I believe, it was very interesting, very simple game, no dialogue in the game whatsoever, but it is pretty pretty neat the way that they go about things, and you run away from these large twisted like people, and they try to eat you, I believe.
Yeah, I've actually heard quite a bit about it, and it looks Tim Burton-esque in a way.
I can see that. The characters are definitely pretty odd, and you're thrown in situations where I had a I went to a restaurant, and I was sitting down. It was Taco Tuesday at the time, and this little girl sees me playing, and she's ending up looking over, and she kept watching me play. And so I kept looking over, and I was like, "Do you need help with something?" And she says, "I just want to watch." I'm like, "Where are your parents?" And so yes, this little girl just watched me play for like a good 30 minutes, and her asking me questions, such as like, she says, "What happens when they catch you?" I don't know. I guess they don't like me. Me not wanting to tell her that they eat me. Or she says, "What's in the cages?" And I said, "Rabbits." Really, they're other like children. And she says, "What are they cooking?" Uh, Cows. When really, I think it's people meat.
Oh, you dodged so many bullets there.
There was a lot. I was a little concerned only because I did not want to get thrown out. Uh, so I played a lot of that. League of Legends, some Dead by Daylight. I was asked to play some of that. Um, Fortnite, played some guitar, and Valentine's Day had happened, and I was given candy.
Are you sharing?
Okay,
Ooh, I get candy.
You
Woohoo!
better.
How rude.
had no idea I was popular.
Well, gee, Zombs, it sounds like you might have a secret admirer.
Or 6.
Hey,
Well,
that's
who
6
knew?
more than me. Yeah.
Zombs has 6 admirers. I didn't even realize he could raise one.
I mean, you know?
I forget how popular zombies are nowadays.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know what
their age.
they are, and it's kind of disgusting.
You just called yourself disgusting, Zombs.
I mean, it's still quarantine. We're all disgusting at this point. Need you
I
point that out?
refuse. No, I
Mm,
refuse that point.
mm-hmm.
Actually,
Sounds like a you problem.
I've had a lot of time to clean, deep clean. So, have you ever gotten in between the tiles in your house
Yes.
No,
with with those like toothbrush things that aren't really toothbrushes?
Yes.
no.
It's
I found
satisfying.
time.
Let's put it this way. For me to do that, I have to stop breaking the tiles first.
Oh yeah, and tons of anime. I did watch tons of anime. I actually just finished this one. It was not one that I normally watch, but it was called. Let me pull up the name. I keep chopping it up. If it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat a demon lord.
Okay. That is a interesting name.
Of course, so this one, it's takes place in a fantasy world. An adventurer is in the woods fighting these monsters, and this little girl shows up, and she has a horn on one side of her head, and then the other side of her head is a broken horn, which is um, has a meaning behind it. That she's potentially bad. Normally, in this world, when a demon has one of their horns broken, they've committed a crime and are banished from their town. But this is a little girl, I believe, at about 7 or 8 years old, and she's alone. So the guy ends up taking her in and raising her, and he becomes like obsessed with her in a way where she's so cute. He buys her dresses and all these things, and she's learning how to speak, and she just mesmerizes everybody around her. It's a short 12 episodes, and I would say if you like those love cutesy animes, give it a shot.
And I say, no, thank you.
To anime, we get it. We know you don't like anime.
That's not true. I'm just saying no, thank you to that specific anime.
Have you watched any of the anime that we've recommended?
Not
Not my
yet.
hero. I definitely know not my hero. Calling you out, by the way.
I completely agree with this, Moxie.
Hmm.
I'm just waiting for all of us to watch it together. That's all.
I brought it up a few times.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for the full-on invite.
I have brought it up. I've told you guys, hey, let me know a good date so we could start this.
I don't remember that part of the conversation.
I've mentioned it twice, dude. Mentioned it twice, dude.
You're
Zombs can
talking.
back me up on this.
You're forgetting though. I am an NI dominant person, which means I am oblivious half the time.
You look
Sounds like a
oblivious.
you problem. Second time I said that today.
Writing down the times that she says it's a you problem. Tallied.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
So anything else this week, Zombs?
That's it. I was just curious as to what Moxie was doing, and then we can jump into the news.
Hey, you're skipping somebody here.
Yeah, he's skipping me. So I'll go ahead and let you know that my weekend was interesting. Decided to finally, along with the vein of trying older games, online games that I have not tried before, decided to try Star Wars: The Old Republic. And of course, I had to go Sith Inquisitor. And of course, my Sith Inquisitor is somehow neutral. I'm like level 20 and I'm still neutral. Um, I don't know how I'm a Sith Inquisitor if I'm neutral, but I'm clearly not made out for this. I'm not really sure if I'm going to actually continue on. I was playing with my friends, deciding to try it out with them. Aside from that, the Tuesday campaign, my orcish skald is still alive somehow. After 3 times dying, and last time being disintegrated by Makmorion, still alive somehow. I'm expecting the fourth death to happen at some point. It's like this. It's like anime at this point. I just keep coming back. I don't know.
I
Aside
love
from
it.
that, yes, I know. It's just my burly himbo of a chick is still coming back to be a burly himbo of a chick.
Like
Uh,
Goku.
like Goku. Exactly. Actually, good analogy. I'm pretty sure my group would absolutely love that. Aside from that, I have not been doing much else. I got flowers for Valentine's Day, which was nice. Not in the romantic way, but in the hey, you made it another year with your disease because I was diagnosed on Valentine's Day. So it was kind of nice to celebrate that day, but not in the way that it's supposed to be intended. I
That
got
took a
flowers
turn
next.
for the worst, like really fast. I love
Mm,
it.
yeah, I know, right? Well, it is 23 to 24 years this year. Um, but it actually was the first Valentine's Day I liked. It was nice. I appreciated that a lot. It helped.
Okay then. That I
You
have
guys are
nothing
acting
to.
like you don't know I have what I have.
Who said anything about that? I don't know
You
what to
you
say.
wait a minute, you didn't realize I was diagnosed on Valentine's Day.
I remember you telling me that at some point in time.
Oh, okay.
That was a first for me.
That was the first okay, that would explain your expression then. I was like, "Oh, man, I didn't tell them." Yep, yep.
You can't fool me, Moxie. Not for a
You
minute.
say that, and yet I have.
Ah, well, I just meant right now. So there.
I have in the past, it counts.
Anyways, have you been doing anything else
Not
past
really,
week?
no. Just going back to writing, but I mean that's getting me nowhere. So, not really, no.
Actually, I can prove you wrong.
How?
You joined me for the start of the Pokemon Nuzlocke.
Oh yes, I did. I did. Which was kind of interesting. I was there to help you name Sobble. You're welcome for Gex the Gecko. Flashback to nostalgia. But I'm
And
amazed you
Squishy
actually.
Cheek.
It's Squishy Cheek. Mm-hmm. I'm amazed you did not lose Sobble. I was just waiting for it to happen. That you're gonna lose Sobble and then get it released, and you didn't. But hey, can't wait to see when that happens. I guess another stream of that, correct?
Oh, yes, that is going to be a running theme for at least a few months until I have to interrupt it for another game,
Hmm.
potentially. But yeah, to celebrate Pokemon 25th anniversary, all this month and for the better part of this year, probably, I'm going to be doing the Nuzlocke for Pokemon Sword.
Yeah.
So if
Exciting.
any listeners would like to suggest nicknames for the potential Pokemon that I will catch along the journey, send us an email, nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com.
Seriously, because you did not want me to name them all.
No, you're not allowed to.
Mm.
Zombs has to name something at some point in time.
I was just there for Sobble. You're welcome.
Well, to go over a little bit of what I've been doing outside of the Pokemon Nuzlocke, I actually, guys, have been playing some video games
Ooh.
because I actually got some video games in. Among the games I got in was Grease,
Mm.
which I've been intrigued by, but wasn't sure I would get it. And then a physical version popped up, and I snagged it up. And alongside that same time frame, I grabbed Katana, or
Oh,
Kunai,
that's cool.
sorry, Kunai,
That's
which
cool
is,
looking.
For a moment, I thought I went like dumb because you said katana and I read kunai.
yes, I made a mistake. But Kunai follows a futuristic world where this little tablet is a ninja and it's there to save the world from the robot apocalypse, evidently, or something like that. It's a fun Metroidvania style game and kind of
Is it an
almost,
Apple tablet?
it actually could be because when you pause the game, it has the old Apple square in the home button on the
It would make
tablet.
sense. Only an Android would want to bring about the end of the world.
Well, this
True
one's trying to
that.
save it. This one's trying to save it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You think.
Well, its name is Tabby.
Tabby or Tabby?
Tabby,
I
as
was
in
gonna say,
tabby cat.
it's named after my mage. What?
No, no. I mean, this one wields a katana and has kunai and does all the Spider-Man swinging, so it almost makes me think of a 2D Spider-Man game in one way.
Sounds like it.
Fun game though. If you ever should get a chance to grab this, I highly recommend this one. It is fun, and I am looking forward to playing more of it.
Yeah, I actually would be interested in watching.
That I might do in the future, actually. That
Mhm.
is one of the games that I've considered streaming while the podcast is going.
Yes, I agree.
I've also been playing another Metroid like game in Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Gotta
You
love
know,
me some
I saw
Shantae.
you while I was at work. You were playing that.
No, you were thinking Pokemon.
No, I saw you playing Shanti.
Okay, this must have been you having one of your weird nightmares, Zombs.
No,
More like good dreams.
Well, for him, because
To
Shantae
make
could very well be
dreams
a waifu.
made of fears.
no. I was actually at work playing some video games, and I said, "Oh, one of my friends is online," and I saw you playing Shanti,
That's what
whatever
you
it's
mean.
called.
Hmm.
Then,
I mean,
hmm?
you doing stuff, not telling me, that's fine. That's cool. I don't need to know. That's fine. Leave me at it.
I
That's
was not
okay.
streaming, I was just playing. There is a
Sure.
difference.
Sure.
One of these days. One of these days. I got in one more game, though, today, actually, and it's the new Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury that released Friday last week. I've not actually gotten to play this yet because unfortunately it had an update to take, so yeah. I have played the original Wii U version though, and this is another game that if you like Mario, you like 3D games, 3D platformers, this is a good solid one. It's not something that I would highly recommend, but it's a good solid game. So if you're into that, get it. But that's it other than working on my own channel again. Got to put in all that work. So I think it's time that we can kick it over finally to the video game news. And the first video game news is all for you, Zoms. There is this little game that has been released a long time ago that's getting a second lease on life.
Should I be concerned?
Yeah, actually, you probably should, because the
Probably.
news topics I'm bringing up today are a little concerning given me.
I love concerning.
So it's basically probably waifu material.
Uh, you know,
I don't understand why you have this image of me and these waifus.
I mean, you got an image of me, right? Actually, don't answer that.
moving
Whatever it is
right
probably
along,
awesome.
the game is Akiba's Trip, Hellbound and Debriefed, and it's coming to the West this summer for its 10th anniversary. Now, for those of you who do not know what Akiba's Trip is, this is a game where you go around trying to save Japan from vampires by removing their clothing.
There is so much I could say about this, but you would be bleeping me every third word, so we're not going to do it.
This
Sounds very
is
similar to another game.
Yeah, this game though, when it originally came out, I think it was on the PSP
Uncensored
way
waifus.
back 10 years ago, back in 2011. It was like, gee, why? Why is this a thing? Why does this exist? And I think it was released also for the PS3. And at first glance, I thought, oh, hey, that sounds somewhat interesting. Then I realized what it was, and it's like, why? Why is this a thing?
There's an audience for it.
Oh, yes, undoubtedly. But
I mean, make it lycanthropes, and I might be buying the game, but
yeah, well, that's a whole nother game in of itself. But yeah,
yes,
if you
indeed.
want to get this game, comes out in the summer from Xseed Games, and it also comes with 2 CDs and a 60-page art book, which are two of the absolute favorite things I could ever want in a special edition, to be honest.
As Zombs holds up a copy of Galgun.
There you go. Wait, what? Did what?
Yeah, he bought
He
Galgun.
got Galgun.
Like, you didn't think he would?
I have one question though. Have you actually played it yet?
I get sidetracked with Little Nightmares. But the only reason why I got it was because I was watching ReZero, and they are not ReZero. I was watching No Game No Life, and they mentioned Galgun.
Interesting. Jumping off topic just for a moment, I actually read a review on that particular version of Galgun, and they did not particularly review it well. It's not terrible, but it's not great.
It's the same old stuff.
Same old boring on rail shooter, only with
Yeah.
all the waifus that a zombie could ever want.
Mm. You can only do so much with a recipe like that. Just saying.
Indeed. Moving on though for news that again Zombs will probably like, and you too, Moxie.
Oh, good. It's got lycanthropes.
No, no, not necessarily. No, The Last of Us evidently is getting a TV show, which I was not aware of, and they have cast the a star from The Mandalorian as Joel.
Oh no. Is it Jen?
It is
Is it the
Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's exactly who I thought. Okay. Oh, okay. I can see that. I can see him being Joel from The Last of Us. Good fit. I mean, he's very good in The Mandalorian. He would be very good in that show, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now I kind of have to watch this. Great.
Also, it was already confirmed that Bella Ramsey is Ellie.
Wait a minute, this is a TV show, you said,
This is a
right?
TV show, yes.
It's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
Yeah, I need. Oh, I need to watch this. I
We need
I
at
don't.
least 30 episodes, each one an hour long.
Oh
At
man,
least an hour.
I don't
The
have
timer
enough
needs to
time
hit
to
at least
say.
60.
I'm
I'm
gonna have
gonna
to
spoil it
just.
for you though.
Mm.
In the game, Joel dies.
Oh, I already know, dude. I know Last of Us One, Last of Us Two, mixed reviews on Last of Us Two based on story, but we're not gonna talk about that.
There, I, you know, if they do this, I really hope that doing this, they deviate from the games to a certain extent. That way they can do their own thing
They
and
can
not
explore
be
the environment a bit more, do more with creatures.
yeah,
Or I say
because
creatures, you know what I mean.
yeah. The Last of Us, though I haven't actually played it, I know enough about it. It was
Oh,
actually one of those games where I really wanted to play it because it looked like it was a really unique world, despite the post-apocalyptic zombie thing being done to death. The oh, grief, I made a
oh, it's
pun
done
there.
in such a nice way.
This seemed so unique that it really needs to be explored
Parasitic
better.
fungus
Yeah, not
zombies.
zombies.
I mean,
Cordyceps.
yeah, but I mean, how cool is that? That is definitely new and fresh.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I think they should explore it
They're
and be
getting
able
killed by mushroom people.
Mario off the
I am so
watch
going
it,
to have
Toad.
to
Toad, he's got a knife.
I knew it.
okay. Well, jumping back around to news for Zombs, though he did not get the birthday suit edition of Galgun, there was an instruction manual video released online of how to properly use the safety goggles from the birthday suit collector's edition of Galgun Returns.
I need to
So,
look this up.
yes, I'm seeing that confused look from you, Zombs.
Yeah, he didn't
So
know
the
about this.
so the safety goggles from the birthday suit collector's edition of Galgun is, for anyone that does not know, a woman's bra. And I'll let that sink in for just a
Yep.
moment.
Yep.
But in a twist, the instruction manual that they released online of how to use it is if someone is watching you play this game and they are complaining about not liking what they see to you, then what you are supposed to do is, with the safety goggles in hand, sneak up behind them and shove it over their eyes so they can't see anything.
Weird. I don't know if I like that.
You know, it's almost poetic justice in some twisted way.
I don't know if I like that.
Well, you probably wouldn't even like the game, to be honest, and
I mean,
I
to be
have mixed.
honest, you know the kind of games I play. I'm still wanting to play Doom Eternal at some point.
Yeah, that would be more up your alley.
Oh,
Th-
yes.
You know, I am satisfied with just being able to play as two of the characters actually from Galgun in one of the other games I have. That is perfectly satisfying for me. Of
Super
course,
Smash Brothers.
no, actually, it's a Mini Gunvolt Burst,
Ah.
which is a Mega
Oh.
Man clone. A
Mm-hmm.
great Mega Man clone, but a Mega Man clone. And
I mean,
therein, I give
sometimes the
away the reason
clones can be
why.
good. Just look at
Yes.
Star Wars. Sometimes the clones can be great.
So, Zoms, did you look up the safety goggles?
I did, and I was, you know what? I wasn't surprised actually when I saw. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, a segue to that, because there is actually someone that is very shocked. The designer behind Lady Dimitrescu is shocked by social media's thirst for Resident Evil
Is
Village.
she? Honestly, honestly,
Honestly,
honestly.
honestly.
No, no, I'm sorry. Big lady, no. Don't believe it one bit.
Well, she's actually really big because she's 9 foot 6 inches
I
tall.
know, it's why I keep going big lady. My friends, they all know when they mention her, I'm like, big lady.
But in an interview with IGN, he's made the statement, I don't think anyone on the team could have predicted how wonderfully fans have reacted to Lady Dimitrescu, he said. Personally, I was particularly struck by comments like, I want to be chased by her.
I'm just speechless.
I
I'm
read that, and so was I.
like,
This is the life of this week for the news that I'm reporting.
it's just the fact. No. Oh, it amuses me. I love it. It's entertaining. It's so good. It's so good.
It's just crazy.
Zombs, do you want to be chased by her? Come on. You want to be chased by her?
So that means that if I did, I would be in the Resident Evil world,
Yes. So you would be probably a umbrella
like an
corp
isekai.
caused by no. mm,
That
uh,
took a wrong
mm,
turn.
yeah, and you thought my thing was dark before.
Then okay.
There's
Jeez.
actually more to this. He goes on to say that in the early stages of planning, we decided on going with a castle and vampires motif.
Yes.
However, we did not want to be constrained by how vampires have been portrayed in various forms of popular entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she wound up being more seductive and classy. They took
Yep.
inspiration from real
Actual
world
folklore.
people from the like Elizabeth Bathory, a 16th
Bathory.
century Hungarian serial killer.
We're talking about Bathory. Oh,
And the
there goes my
NBA.
ghost vibes. Sorry.
Inspiration from the NBA.
Hmm.
That's why she's so tall.
Uh, no,
Hmm.
Zombs.
No,
No.
it's actually really fascinating. You two at some point go ahead and look up the actual lore. I'm not going to bring it up here. Look up the actual lore they based everything off of. It's absolutely amazing. I'm a lore junkie, mythos, whatever. Just read it. It's cool.
She's based off of a goddess,
No, off a serial killer.
but was a serial killer 9 foot 6 inches.
Probably not, but that's neither here nor there, anyways.
Just listen to Ghost.
Oh, good.
I just want to know where her height came from.
But no, the whole setting of that Resident Evil is actually based off of a lot of lore and mythos. That's why I'm saying, like, in your spare time, just go ahead and look that up. You'd be surprised.
You know something else that's surprising?
Mm,
If you have the battery percentage indicator turned off on your Nintendo Switch console, you
hmm.
can still actually bring up the exact battery percentage.
Interesting.
A new trick was found out, and you actually can do it by hitting the ZLZR buttons. It's only temporary, and then it goes away, but yeah, a subreddit user by the name of Antigly for Real or something like that found it out and posted it, and it keeps getting upvoted like
You know what?
6,000 times or more.
I
Let's do
mean,
it.
in quarantine, you find new things.
Yeah, and it seems like Nintendo likes to hide some of the more interesting aspects of the Nintendo Switch.
Like you find out that you're physically attracted to a 9 foot 6 inch
Big lady.
giant vampire big lady. Yeah.
Mm.
Geez, that sounds like a you problem.
Hey, mark one down for you.
Is it really a problem?
I
I
mean,
mean, I've never thought it was a problem.
I'm a Del Toro fan, so I have nothing to say.
I
And
don't.
you know what they say about Del Toro fans.
Actually, I don't, and I'm not sure I want to at this point in
You
time.
really don't. Anyone who knows, go ahead and reply in the comments. No, actually don't.
Please don't do that. Please don't make me moderate the comments. I have enough to do in life.
Give him more to do.
Well, moving on to the final video game news topic for today, because the major one is the Nintendo Direct, and we're not covering that this week. That'll be next week, people.
That gives us
Sorry.
more time to research it as well.
Yes. But this one is something that I wanted to include because Microsoft has launched a new program to help developers improve accessibility in their games.
Interesting. Which is always, you know me, I'm always big for that. I'm
Yeah.
always liking the improvements to making it playable for everyone, no matter what. I always applaud that.
Yeah. So what's going on here is Microsoft is now allowing developers to send in their games for Xbox and PC, and they can be evaluated and they will be tested by members of the gaming and disability community, allowing for feedback and insights.
Very good. I think that's good. What about you, Zombs?
Okay,
Short, sweet,
But
to the point.
indeed.
but that kicks us off the video game news with a somewhat happy note
Oh,
from all the craziness.
For now.
no video game news? How about, for video game news, the release of that Super Mario Switch?
What about it? It's another Switch.
It it is. I heard it came with a free Nintendo carrying case, though.
Yes,
Is this
it
true?
did.
Oh,
And knowing knowing Broseph, he's probably pre-ordered it.
Not hardly. I don't have the money. Are you kidding?
Yet.
I thought about trading in my Switch for that one, but really the only difference is the outline on the Switch itself is just red. But I have stickers on my Switch, so I just figured doesn't matter.
See, me and Moxie would be better off to trade in our Switches because we have the old versions with the
Yep.
bad batteries.
Yes. Which,
Oh,
after about 30 minutes of Disgaea, I can definitely tell. Which is why I went ahead and got Disgaea for PC. Thank you to a person in my Pathfinder campaign. Tipped me off. There was a huge Steam sale.
what if
What?
I had found out that Super Nintendo World in Japan, well, they did announce that it would also be coming to America. What if I just so happened to go to the site at night and just trolled around, the new site and was like, hey, this is done? Can I say that?
What do you mean it's done?
And like, what if it's ready to open? Like, as soon as COVID is over.
We already knew that.
Okay. In America?
What are you talking about in America?
Super Nintendo World
He's
in
saying if
America?
it was built in America.
I didn't know that. Where's your proof, Zombs?
I should have taken pictures.
I'm sensing another you problem here.
I'm sensing shenanigans. I don't know what you're saying.
That too. Well, Zombs, I think you're trying to sidestep your anime news, buddy.
No, not at all. I'm simply thinking of the podcast.
Sure.
There are so many
You can
things
call
to
it
cover
Moxie.
in this week's podcast. The release of, Little Nightmares, Super Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. By the way, if you pre-ordered it at GameStop, I think you got a free poster. And if
you
you
want to know
pre-ordered it
something?
at Target, I think you got a free water
It's gonna
bottle.
keep going.
You want to know something, Zombs?
What is
I
up?
pre-ordered it through GameStop, and you know what I didn't get?
The game?
The poster.
That sounds like a
Ooh.
you problem.
Hey,
Now wait a minute here.
it's like Sesame Street. This podcast brought to you by the phrase, that sounds like a you problem.
This is so turning into a meme.
I wish
Yes. I'm glad you're now noticing.
we had another member who was a Muppet.
Give me time. I might be able to make some out of paper mache and whatever felt I've got lying around.
Or if Moxie puts up her hair, like just puts it straight up,
Oh,
and it's
dude,
like, oh
back to my
wow,
anime hairstyle with the faux
she
hawk
looks
and
like a
shaved
Muppet.
size. Yeah. Faux hawk, shaved size. I can do it. Yeah, just absolutely.
Zombs, are you trying to tell us that you don't have any anime news?
Oh no, I have plenty of anime news.
Then
One
get to
more
it,
thing
man.
for video games. How about that werewolf game that came out?
Oh, please
Did
tell
anybody
me.
get their hands on it?
What
What
werewolf
werewolf
game?
game? Please tell me. I'm really interested right now. Can you please tell me?
Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood?
Okay, is this an actual good game or is this like a straight to release PlayStation shop or, Steam release and it's really bad? Is this another Black Tiger? To anyone who
I
knows that
saw the
reference.
trailer for it and looked really neat. Where it started off with this, I want to say he's a soldier. He's this bald dude. He's got like this vest on, and he's fighting that the mech from Aliens,
Okay, this
Yes.
sounds like a bad game.
Yes,
and
it
all
does.
of a
Just saying.
sudden like there's a dude in the mech, and he's trying to fight him, and then the mech like picks him up and is about to kill him, but then he turns into a werewolf and rips the mech a new one, and
Yeah,
I
this
was like,
is.
whoa.
Yeah, this sounds like a It
This
sounds
sounds
like a
like
game.
garbage.
It sounds like a game. I would need to check on the trailers. I'm sure maybe it's good. Maybe I'm judging it, but I'm very particular about my lycanthropes, and you best be sure I am the Gordon Ramsay of lycanthrope content.
Yeah, I sent you the link, but yes, that game came out. I'm seeing reviews all over the place for it.
Clicking.
I think I'm going to go with this, and about 75% of the people who purchased this game said that they liked it. So I'm not sure what people are looking for. I thought it looked pretty neat, but then again, I think everybody's craze right now is still on the battle arena games.
Very likely. Very likely.
Oh, okay. I take that back. Wow, this looks. I take that back. I will be fully watching this after the podcast and bookmarked.
So available for PlayStation 4, 5,
Hmm.
Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Which would probably be what I would be playing it on because I'm a PC gamer mostly.
Same thing with Little Nightmares 2.
Mm.
You get the chance. If you're mostly PC, also check and see if they've got the original Little Nightmares. Like I said, it was originally $30. I got it for 8. So
Check it out.
if that
I'm
sale is still
certainly
going on, yes, check it out. And that's all I have for news.
No birthdays? No
For video
anime?
game news. Oh, so let's move on to the anime section.
Oh my goodness gracious.
begins.
Here we go. So, how about with the upcoming? We've talked about this before, but what about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards? That actually does not get announced for another 2 days and 58 minutes.
Is your little heart counting down the seconds, Zombs?
No.
Surprising.
So on the 19th is when we will get announced with the winners. I'm excited, and there's so much excitement going on that people have made cocktails to enjoy with the anime awards. The names of them, I'm not going to go into what they are, but they look really good. Hey, message me or send me an email here at the podcast, and we can talk about these. I'll even give you instructions, or you can look them
Mhm.
up yourself for Yuzu's Cooler. I don't know what character this is from, but I think I know. I think it was Onyx Equinox, I think. Um,
Not sure.
but yeah, I think it's like an Aztec anime or something like that. Tez Tezcat Lepoca's Wagger, and the Thousand Sunny. There's also the Mock Tail for One Piece fans. It's really simple to make. I know I said 3, but hey, Mock Tail. You just got to replace a couple things, and there you go. And we also have snacks to enjoy that some people have made. Uh, so I've talked about the anime Jujutsu Kaisen, and basically they're spirit detectives hunting down the fingers of this evil guy because the fingers hold a lot of power, and they're all over the world. Whatever. Somebody made maple glazed bacon wrapped fingers, a recipe for them. Not gonna lie, they look pretty good.
Stuff like that
Oh,
usually is good.
oh yeah, and
So,
especially what's up? What's up, Broseph?
did it actually have real fingers in it?
I'm looking at them, and they look like little stubby
Absolutely.
fingers. Yes.
Sure. Let's go with that.
You know what? Let me I mean, what if I did this? What if I did this? And then you can see for yourself what I'm looking at. You see them?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Those are real
Yeah,
fingers. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And then the anime Haikyuu to the top, caramel and cheddar popcorn
Okay, not
looks
gonna lie, that looks
delish.
good.
And last one, Hime's coffee cat donuts. Look how cute.
Okay, I would like to have one of those, please.
Yes. You see what? This is what I deal with in my anime world. So, you can enjoy all of these drinks, snacks, while we're watching the anime awards. I definitely recommend it. People, check them out. Again, if you want the recipes, shoot me a message. Also, another bit of news is Mugen Shinshi's manga is getting a live action film adaptation in theaters, of course, only in Japan right now, early summer of 2021. I'm excited for this. The Dream Manipulator Mugen. I really, really, really want to see it. You got to be in Japan.
I could never have guessed Zombs. Never.
I know. And I wanted to talk about the so only because we had a character, Crunchyroll. People got together at Crunchyroll and they got the top 15 characters who they think are going to be DLC characters in Smash.
It's all a lie.
Some of the top ones were Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes,
Which is sadly not
Genos
going to happen.
from the Super Mario RPG.
Also not going to happen.
Here's a couple that I liked. Number 13 was Master Chief from Halo.
Probably not going to happen.
The Doomslayer from Doom.
Good grief, if that happens, the internet would break.
Yes, give me Isabel and Doom Guy. Please. I need them.
Yes. What
I need
about
them in the team.
Shantae? And we were talking about
That would
that.
make
Number
my
12.
day.
It's probably not going to happen.
Oh yeah, no.
Waluigi.
The meme of the internet.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, they're requesting it. You know, I kind of want to see it.
You know,
That would complete the four-way thing. I mean, you know, with Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. Dr. Mario can come too, I guess.
to break off there for just a moment, Waluigi at this point is so big that they can't just randomly throw him in at any point in time. He would have to come at the very tail end of this DLC.
Yeah. What about
Then
number
the
10?
internet can collectively implode.
Spyro.
Not going to happen.
Sure.
How about Kazuma from the Yakuza games?
Not going to happen.
How about Crash Bandicoot?
Sign me up.
Possibly, but not going to happen.
Sign me up.
How about Rayman from the Rayman series?
You know,
Sign me off. Do not want.
There was actually one point in time that was a rumor that seemed very legit, but it's also probably never going to happen. A rabbit has more chance.
What about Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney?
Oh, good grief. Never. Never. That would be awesome, but never. Never in a million years. Never.
The top five guys. Dr. Eggman.
I would want that.
It's not going to happen.
It actually could happen.
It's not going to happen.
That could happen. We got Sephiroth.
Number 4, 2B from Nier Automata.
Doubt it. Seriously, doubt it.
This one I think is very, very likely. Number 3 is Goku.
Never going to happen. Ever. Sakurai has said as much.
I think it's going to happen. Look here, you
No.
negative Nancy. I think it's going to happen.
I'm not negative. I'm realistic. It's never going to happen.
Okay, Nancy.
Nancy.
Here we go. Top 2. Number 2, Dante from Devil May Cry.
I could maybe.
What do you think, Nancy?
I could maybe, honestly, that he could stand a chance.
Now this one, I would be okay with this one. I think this would be cool. Number 1, Sora, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that would be a convoluted web to get through in order to get him. It could happen. I just am not so sure that it would ever, honestly. That's why we got Cloud and
So,
Sephiroth, to be honest.
you know what? I played against a Sephiroth player online, and I had my main. My main is Bowser, and that was, I'm not gonna lie, it was insane. One of his moves did like 50% damage. I was no. Okay, it's cool. He's cool. He's out, but he needs a nerf.
Already? Really?
His reach is really freaking long.
Well, yeah, look at the sword he carries. His sword is
I
really
know.
freaking long.
His reach is long. He's pretty quick. He goes all over the place. And no, it's too much. But
I
I
tried
need a
him
nerf.
when he first came out, and I don't see the appeal, to be honest.
I need a nerf because I'm too much. Because I barely managed to stay ahead, and I killed him.
Well, good for you, but I think it's time that Moxie gets you a Nerf gun so that you can have a Nerf.
Okay, I'd be cool with that.
You realize he's just gonna shoot you with it, right?
He can try. Won't work, but he can try.
Why won't it work?
Yeah, why won't it work?
Because you're in a completely different state from me.
What does that matter?
Nerf
With
He
guns
said,
don't.
plane
"Stop."
tickets. Plane
The,
tickets.
the only way that it could reach me from another state is if he got the big lady to shoot
I'm
it.
just saying.
I'm gonna pick
Plane
her up at the
tickets.
airport.
Oh my. We are never gonna drop the big lady thing, are we?
Nope.
Not for the next 2 months.
Nah, it's gonna last longer than
Actually,
that.
yeah, it is.
Okay, 3 months.
That's a little more realistic. Anything else for the anime/video game news section,
Yes,
Zombs?
I would like to end it with birthdays.
It's your birthday. Celebrate.
Yeah, that should
You
be
now have
the
to do
theme
that every
song.
time, huh?
See, every time we do birthdays, you got to do it.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
know, like when you go to a restaurant and they sing "Happy Birthday." Sometimes
Oh
they do
yeah.
their own little jingle.
I mean, I could do it in that voice. I could do the growl if you want me to.
I would appreciate it.
There you
Uh,
go. We'll make it a thing.
yeah, I forgot what restaurant where they sing in Italian.
I'm sure
Anyways,
many.
so how about February 15th? Here's a side character, Daisy from One Piece.
I don't know
Who
who that
else?
is.
Oh, because you don't watch anime. Also, also on February 15th, another One Piece character, Charlotte Ling Ling, Big Mom. Uh, I was talking with somebody about the laughs from One Piece, and one of my friends is really good at copying the laughs, and then another friend who's just so quiet all the time just came in and started shouting this one for her laugh, and everybody stopped and looked, and I think everybody was literally in fear. I was in excitement, but everybody was in fear. It was Ma.
That's it?
Yeah, that's how she laughs. That one,
Wow.
that hurt myself a little bit. But so those February 15th. February 15th, I want to end with Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill. Don't watch that, Joseph. It's too much
Why
for your
not?
eyes.
Oh, I recommend it.
I actually have seen some of it.
Oh, I will
I
never
bet
look
you
at you
have
the same way again.
in secret. He's been watching.
Oh,
No, I said I've seen
oh,
some of it, which amounts to like
oh.
snippets.
I will never look at you the same way again.
You
hmm
should actually look at me the same way again. Because I
Eh.
tried the demo to the game and then I completely deleted it from my system and wish I could scrub it from my life and my brain. So there
Nope,
you go.
suffer. Suffer!
Let me see. February 16th, we have Hinako Shingu. Also, Misaki. Her name was also really long. Sakura Namori, Nagisa Hanamiya. How about this guy? February 16th. Fourth Kind. Eh. Nobody? Okay. Let's jump into February 17th. We have Ugai Mori. We have Akane Senri. Let this load up. 17th, we have Nanami Nishijo, Ymir. Actually, that one brought me back because of Attack on Titans right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you love that latest episode that I keep hearing about. I don't watch the show, but I keep hearing about what just happened.
Kaito, February 17th. Let's see, any more 17s? Oh yeah, there's a lot. White Buffalo, Rinka Arima, Fuka Arima, 2K Tan. Here's one I was surprised that he got. Also from One Piece, Ukari. This guy I've only seen him in the one episode and that was it. Maybe he's in more. I just need to pay attention, or maybe in the manga. It was just a marine. Yeah, that was it. And gonna say that is it for anime news.
Okay.
Also, here's a bit of a rant for anime news. Where was the next episode for The Promised Neverland?
That's something I've been actually
It
meaning
didn't
to
air.
get into.
I was looking on the internet, and they're just like, "It's coming, it's coming." I didn't see a release date. I was very upset. I wanted to write a letter.
Oh, that's
Dear
scary.
Mr. Manager, I need my The Promised Neverland. You do not cut out the.
And you just cut out.
I cut out?
You cut out.
I did. Are you fibbing, Nancy?
No.
Okay, well, you don't cut out the on The Promised Neverland. It's the whole thing. We need it right now. Our hearts cannot take it. You know how much sodium is in instant ramen? The anime nerds will fall over. They are getting heart attacks right now. That's the final straw. We're waiting. The Promised Neverland is going to push them over. Enough said.
Is that how you became a zombie Zombs?
No, actually, back in the day, back in 18. That's for another day. Anyways, my heart was blown out of my body from behind by the woman I loved. That's another story. You can email me, and we will possibly talk about it. Do I need therapy? I don't know. But
that's like you do, buddy. That's rough, buddy.
That is definitely a me problem. I should have killed her with the chance. Anyways, just edit that part out. Joseph,
I think it's time now for that favorite part of our podcast for all of us. It is time for our
big topic.
That's right, Zombs. This week and every week, we have a big topic to discuss. And as always, this week is no exception. If you, dear listener, would like to suggest a big topic to us, send us an email. Send it to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com, and we may just use it in a future podcast. This week, we are discussing our Pokemon memories. As a celebration of the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, we are going to recount our memories from our first experiences with the Pokemon brand. Way, way back, making us all just a little bit older. Who would like to start it off?
You don't need to rub my age in it. I already know I'm old as balls.
I was actually rubbing my own age into it, but...
No, I'm sure you were!
Well, since you started, Moxie, would you like to kick us off with your first experience with the Pokemon brand?
Yeah. So way back when, it's actually is how I became friends with my childhood friend, my best friend of so many years. Um, we bonded over Pokemon. I know that is so lame, but really made a difference in my childhood growing up, having somebody who liked it because we used to watch the anime together. Oh my cartoon anime, the original one. And we just loved it. We eventually grew on to like other things. He was like a year or two older than me, so he ended up, kind of drifting away before me with Pokemon. But it's always the memory of like, hey, that was my first friend, and that's what we liked.
So your first experience was with the Pokemon cartoon. Was
Hmm.
there a particular episode that you remember catching first?
Oh, the only one I knew, like I can remember, is us losing our absolute over the donuts. Because we, even as young as we knew they were not donuts. And we were like, why? Why is Brock giving him donuts? Those aren't donuts. As young as we were.
Yeah, when I was younger, actually, I didn't know that those weren't donuts, but I knew that that didn't look like a donut, and I didn't know what it was. So, ah, youth. So, when did you get into the Pokemon games?
Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, you got into the Pokemon games pretty quick then.
Yes. I played every single one since Yellow.
Which of the starter Pokemon did you pick? I mean, outside of Pikachu, you got Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. Which one of those
Dude,
was
you
kind of like
gotta
your
go with
main?
Bulbasaur.
Mm.
You gotta go with Bulbasaur. No question about it. That was my starter.
You pervert.
I know, right?
So, do you still keep in touch with your childhood friend and discuss Pokemon at times?
Not that anymore. We mostly discuss music when we do talk. Um, I try to catch up with him on Facebook back when I lived in the state that I lived in. The last few years I lived in that state, I had chickens. And so he brought his kids over and they enjoyed running around with the chickens in the yard. It was, in the coop and all that. It was cool. It was cool. We had like walk-in pens, like these huge open spaces outside the coop that the kids went into, and they had a riot. The chickens were very friendly. Um, and he would come over and he'd just talk music, stuff like that. Um, as we matured, our interests matured and we still have a lot of common in the taste of music. I don't know if he's still in his band. I need to ask him that. I went to a concert of
Interesting.
his. It was actually pretty good.
Interesting how Pokemon brought you two together.
Yep. And still technically together as friends. Just not talking as much because of life.
Okay, Zoms, what about you? What's your first memories of Pokemon?
Hmm. I remember this one kid was playing one of the games, and I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Oh, that's a Gengar." I said, "That looks crazy." And then I went home, fell asleep, had a nightmare of Gengar chasing me, and when I woke up, I realized that it was love.
You fell in love from a nightmare of a Gengar chasing you?
Yeah, no, not, I
Yes.
believe that. That's legit. That's how Gengar operates.
Mhm.
Get with the
Mhm.
times, man.
Yeah.
So, what happened after that?
I went back and talked with the kid, and I was like, "Hey, what game is that?" And it was Pokemon Red. So I bought it and I played, and then I didn't know what the difference was between red and blue. So I also bought blue, and then yellow came out, and I bought yellow. Yeah.
So, did you make friends like Moxie did over these games, or did you play purely by yourself?
Yes, I played by myself. The kid, I don't know his name. I barely remember what he looks like. I think he's dead now. But yeah,
Oh,
Why is everything turned morbid with you?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
usually it's me. Are you actually complaining? Because it's typically usually me.
I have skeletons in my house. I've been meaning to get rid of them.
Okay,
Broseph, do
then.
you want me to go dark on you? Is that it?
No, I'd rather not. I would like
No,
Zombs to tell
I'll go
me
dark
what
on you
her.
later.
Oh, good grief. I'd like Zombs actually to tell me if he caught the Pokemon cartoon anime back in the day during that time frame.
The very first one where Ash goes to Professor Oak and he gives him the Pikachu, but he wanted the Agumon.
The immortal Ash Ketchum, who never ages.
He does not age.
No, he doesn't.
When Broseph and I first started talking like last month about this being Pokemon month, and I said, "Oh yeah, that's what I said. We can talk about how Ash doesn't age because he's an immortal, yes, or he's dead. Ash is dead, and he's actually
I'd buy
being
that.
kept alive by Pokemon."
Absolutely.
So, did you actually catch the Pokemon anime back in the day?
Yes, I did. I did watch it. I learned a lot of things, such as like Brock's dad. His father is a deadbeat. Misty has issues
Oh,
with her family.
we're
Where
going to.
is Ash's father?
It's a Mr. Mime, I keep telling you.
No, actually, it's Professor Oak.
It's a Mr. Mime, I keep telling you.
That's
Ash's
true.
Ash's
father is
mom and a
Professor Oak.
Mr. Mime went on a date.
Don't you
Things
say it.
happened. This is why he never ages. Because Pokemon never
Hmm.
age, it seems.
Pokemon age and they die.
We don't talk about Lavender Town on this podcast. It might give the kiddies nightmares.
I think we've talked about enough things to give kitties nightmares.
Is that the so this you're talking about the original anime where
Yeah,
Ash he goes to the town with all the slowpokes and he steps on the slowpoke tail and the slowpoke looks at him and it takes him a moment to realize that he's in pain.
that sounds like a slowpoke, all right.
I love
Yeah,
Slowpoke so
that was
much. I
pretty
love
funny.
Slowking.
So, is there any more for you to share there, Zoms?
How about Pseudo Widow? What's up with those baracas?
Uh, you mean it's. Oh boy.
It was
Who?
the original creature from Breath of the Wild, okay? Okay. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's time for me to go over my first memories
Sure.
of the Pokemon brand.
Because later
Mm,
Zoms and I were going to discuss over the fact that Sudowoodo is technically a rock. Anyway, continue.
I actually got into Pokemon kind of late. My first experience was with the cartoon, the anime, seeing it on in the early morning, and my mom complaining about how much Misty was beating up on Ash. But I got into the Pokemon cards before the anime. Well, actually, before the games. I didn't get into the games until Gen 3, but for a long time there, I was big into the Pokemon TCG. And I mean, I was probably a Pokemon master of the game. I bought books for the Pokemon TCG to learn everything I could about it. I went and played the Pokemon TCG at Toys R Us, which back then hosted Pokemon TCG play and meets and stuff like that.
well,
And
showing
was
your age, you
I know
actually went into Toys R Us.
I am really showing my age, but it
You
was a lot of
stepped
fun.
inside. It was still going on. You can purchase things in there. There was merchandise and employees, right?
Zoms, he's showing his age because he stepped into a Toys R Us when there wasn't the plague.
Yeah, that too.
Yes,
The plague didn't last 20 plus years, Moxie.
you think that.
But anyways, I really was into the Pokemon TCG. And I, to a certain extent, lived and breathed Pokemon. I didn't understand all of it, but the more I learned about it, the more I wanted to. I actually would play the demos of the Pokemon games that they had at the toy stores because I didn't have a Game Boy back then. And I really wanted to play Gold and Silver. That was the one that I really fell in love with. But I unfortunately never played the original Gold and Silver. I've played Crystal via the 3DS, but never the original Gold and Silver. And that's how I got into Pokemon. Was way back when.
Why don't you
Anime
just
and
go
2000.
buy gold and silver?
Maybe one of these days I will. Maybe one of these days I will. Have that actual physical cartridge would be nice.
Gold was my
Particularly
favorite.
silver. Oh well. See, I
Gold,
would be silver.
absolutely. I'm big on Ho-Oh. It's my favorite. One of my favorites. Not my favorite, but one of them.
Well, perhaps we'll make next week's big topic our top 5 legendary Pokemon.
Oh, don't do that to
Top
me.
5 favorite legendary Pokemon. Oh, I already know your favorite.
Why do you
anyways.
hurt me like this?
Your favorite's Keldeo.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a minute.
Maybe not.
But I think that does it for this week's big topic. Unless anyone has anything else to add.
Pokemon.
That Pokemon rap though, yo, that was lit. That was legit.
I heard the best Pokemon rap ever. I saw this show on YouTube. It was a Pokefloop, and you know how at the end of the Pokemon show, or like, and not the end, I think it was during the commercials or whatever, and it was like, who's that Pokemon? And you had to figure out who it was.
I love that part.
Yeah, that actually, I used that today to see like hidden characters in other like shows, animes, other video games. That helped me develop, a good keen sense of my for my eye. I can tell. Anyways, this Pokefloop, I remember when they were making fun of that part, and then it had the blacked out version, and I'm like, what Pokemon is that? And it was when it came in, they're like, who's that Pokemon? And it was all of a sudden it comes into view, and it was the Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're like, it's Arnold, and he would make his Pokemon voice, and it was like, Arnold.
I love that.
I loved it. I
I
forgot. I was
didn't
also seeing something else that somebody had made where it was like, I think it was a Chuck Norris meme where it was like, who's that Pokemon? And then Chuck Norris goes, the outline was clearly a Ghastly. And Chuck Norris goes and he says, it's Pikachu. And it starts coming into view, and it's Ghastly. And then it shows Chuck Norris giving like the stink eye. And all of a sudden, like, it just took the blacked out part, but they filled it in with Pikachu's face.
Huh?
And then Chuck Norris, he gives a smile.
Oh God.
I loved it. Or
That's good.
the Pokemon rap. You guys remember the Pokemon rap?
Yes.
That's what I just mentioned.
Yeah. The Pokefloop had the best version of the Pokemon rap, and it went something like this. I remember it to this day. I'm like a pro at it. So you may have to cut this segment because I don't rap for free. Okay.
Well, you do
Here we go.
today.
Here's the Poke rap, and it goes Pikachu, 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 Pikachu.
Yeah, you know what? That's the show right there.
That was a lot of thunderbolts.
Oh yeah. It's Commonery!
I think that does it for this week's podcast.
Does it?
Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you're not already, send us listener mail to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us your own personal Pokemon memories. We may read it in a future podcast. But as always, thank you so much for listening. On behalf of myself, Zombs,
nobody was able to figure out who the number one waifu was, in my opinion. But I've seen some pretty good ones.
And Moxie.
My cat is squeaking in my face, and I don't know how to get him to stop.
Oh, you fill up the tub with water.
Oh, I want to live, my friend.
Well, while you do that,
He
we'll
squeaks
see
like
everyone
a broken
next
squeaky
time.
toy. Help me.
Someone help Moxie.
I can't. It's like a broken squeaky toy. Help.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Adios.
It's so pathetic.